Money whore, we know this.
Began her independent podcast in June of 2024, and it took off fast because she leaned on the same thing that she leaned on since the beginning of her commentary career in 2014, which is celebrity drama. She was able to grow her audience, leveraging her fallout with Jeremy Boring and Ben Shapiro at the Daily Wire. She also harkened back to her 2015 days by openly opposing Trump once again. You can see right here that her podcast starts off very strong in terms of subscriber growth. She got 380,000 new subscribers in July of 2024, and each line that you see on that graph right there represents 100,000 new subscribers. So she grew steadily for about 9 months there until April of 2025. By that point, the presidential election was over. She had openly come out against Trump, and her audience growth stalled out completely. In fact, it went well below 1/4 of the growth that she had before. And that is until Charlie Kirk was assassinated. You can see from April all the way to September, it plateaued. And not only did it plateau, it cratered. You can see the second lowest month in her podcast history happened to be the month that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and actually continued to plateau throughout that month, even though she was talking about Charlie Kirk actively. He was assassinated again on September 10th, and she talked about him for 20 days after, and still her channel did not grow. It was one of the worst months for her ever. That is until she switched gears, and you can see this on her channel. Suddenly in October, she decided that she wanted to go on this conspiracy quest. She started asking questions, and she experienced more growth in that month than in the last 6 months combined. You can see it on this graph. This is from Social Blade. This is public information, and I have corroborated this with other sources, such as ViewStats. There are a lot of people who track this sort of thing because it is public data. You can see in October, when she started the conspiracy grift, over 800,000 new subscribers came pouring in to see what Candace had on the Charlie Kirk investigation. And this is when Candace realized she had to continue to fabricate evidence in order to keep the grift going. How could you not if you have the ethics that she has? She cratered. You can see it in the graph. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, and again, Candace has 4 of those every single video. So let's assume that her sponsors pay CPM of $30, which I think is very conservative, and I think it's very realistic. That means her daily revenue from sponsors alone is $308,400. Now, the other revenue source she takes in is from YouTube ads as well. She gets 1.21 million views from YouTube. CPMs on YouTube are much lower since it's not host read on YouTube. I think maybe $10 per 1,000 views would be a conservative estimate for a podcast length video. And that would mean that she makes an additional $12,142 a day from YouTube. So here is the grand total, guys. Charlie Kirk died 6 months ago. In that time, she's produced 79 episodes over 184 days. And in that amount of time, Candace Owens has made $59 million.
That's insane.
59 million. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to hear that and they're going to think that is an unfathomably large number. There's no way that's real. That's got to be exaggerated or fabricated, guys. It is not. And for some context, podcasting is a huge industry, and Candace Owens does get a lot of views. Just in the past few years, podcasting services have offered several people hundreds of millions of dollars just to go on the platform. That is not even including the ad revenue. Just to show you some examples of this, you had the big famous one, which is Joe Rogan. Spotify paid him $250 million, and it wasn't even exclusive to go onto their platform and host his show there. You have one with Alex Cooper, who's the Call Her Daddy host, $125 million with SiriusXM. You had a $100 million deal with SiriusXM with Jason Bateman, and Bill Simmons did one for $250 million on Spotify in 2020. So the money in podcasting is massive, and Candace Owens has taken full advantage. Now,